and gentlemen, boys and girls, please welcome yourself to the 56th episode of the Blind Counter Podcast. I'm your host with the most, the Offset, aka Big Bob here, and I'm joined here today with my co-host, executive producer, the GOAT of marketing and entertainment himself, Mr. AKIIRA AMANE, and I'm also joined today with a returning guest himself. We have the GOAT of rank play and crash out king himself, Mr. King Bambalam, aka Bambi_63. How we doing today, gentlemen? How we feeling?
Doing good. Yo, Crash Out King. I love it. I love it.
I just gotta throw a little, a little shade.
A little extra. How you doing, bro?
A little extra, you know what I'm saying? What's up, Big Bambalam? What you been up to, man?
What up,
absolutely
man?
fantastic. I've been working, I've been Pokemon, and as you see, we got these absolute stacks of cards.
So we got Pokemon, we got Pokemane in the building as well. I mean, dude, you got it all, man. I gotta change up Mr. Mane's intro because he's Mr. Do It All, dude. He's literally a DJ, an editor, a ripping ship. I mean, I don't know what else more I could do, man. I mean,
Mr.
dude,
Put it on.
I'm gonna have to get a whole laundry list of fucking accolades for him in his next.
It's like the Khaleesi, breaker of chains, of what is it, ruler of the first men, all that bullshit.
Yeah.
I just do stuff.
I just do stuff, you know what I'm
I
saying?
just do things. That's
Well,
the new bio. I just do shit.
I just do shit. I do it all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Jack of all trades himself, Mr. AKIIRA AMANE. But yeah, man, so we've got a crazy amount of things to talk about here this past week. Obviously, we had the CDL Week 2 going on, and then a whole bunch of drama as well. So we can just jump right into it if we don't have anything else to speak about before we get into things.
No, dude, I'm ready. So much is going on right now.
All right, yes, sir. Well, first thing on the chopping block here, we're gonna get the elephant out of the room real quick. Is let's switch over to desktop mode right here. Am I sharing my screen with you guys?
Absolutely.
All right, so we've got Pred being replaced and dropped by OpTic Texas for Huke. So a little thing here, little surprising, kind of out of nowhere. Pred being dropped here, getting support from everybody. I'm not sure what's going on here, but there are some speculations on why Pred is stepping away from OpTic and everything you need to know here. So let's go into a live listening on what this might be.
Well, basically, chat, like, as you guys know, like, I'm playing right now back home in Australia. I didn't know it was, like, a sudden thing. Guys, I did not, like, do some crazy, like, bet on my matches. Like, I know people have been saying that, which is crazy. No, I don't have a kid. I know people saying he has a kid. I'm not a father. The honest truth is, like, I know people are gonna start saying, oh, like, gambling. Like, at the end of the day, guys, like, gambling's everyone's decision to make. Gamble responsibly. My problems are more to do with personal stuff that I don't really want to get too deep into. A lot of the things that I struggle with is just, like, opening up about my stuff. Like, the last 4 or 5 months, I would say, like, I just have been, instead of, like, actually talking about what's been going on, like, I've been kind of, like, denying it. I've been embarrassed, like, to, like, talk about. I just wasn't being a good version of myself. I wasn't being a good person. I'd like show up to practice or whatever, like, and I just wouldn't be myself. I was just sad, bro. I wasn't able to compete and juggle what I'm going through right now. That's the honest truth. Like, I just wasn't able to compete and be myself and be the best version of myself whilst competing. I have to go work on my mental health and make sure that I'm in a stable mindset to, like, be able to just do normal shit. You guys are saying, like, why that's cap, they unfollowed you? They unfollowed me because I'm not on the team. I don't have a timeline of when I'm going to be back. Like, I don't really know when I can confidently say and look myself in the mirror and be like, I'm ready to come back. My goal is to come back after the first tournament. That's, like, my, like, what I set myself out, but that to me is my goal. I'm currently a free agent. Is my arm on OpTic, like, finished? I mean, it could be. I have no idea. I haven't even thought that far because once I'm ready to play, then obviously I'm going to start thinking about all that stuff and, like, seeing what the fuck's going on. I see people saying, like, OpTic didn't help you or OpTic didn't want to help you. Like, OpTic did want to help me. People have fucking tried to help me. Like, it's not that people haven't tried to help me. I was just too embarrassed to speak about my problems and I would just shrug it off, I'd just be like, nah, I'm good, whatever it is. And obviously I wasn't. And if people are offering to help me and I'm not accepting the help, like, what more can those people do, Like, what more can people do? Everyone just agreed that, like, it was best for me to, like, go spend time with my family and, handle my, like, just work on my mental health. Competing is my fucking number one thing in life. I mean, that's who's driven me, and my mental got to a point where I just wasn't even enjoying that. I wasn't even liking to do that. Because when you just play Call of Duty, chat, as a living and as a profession, if you guys have a bad day or you guys are upset, or whatever it is. Like, if you guys just play the game and fucking 6 hours can go by and you can be playing the game and you don't even fucking acknowledge anything that's actually going on in your life. You know what I'm saying? I have all these issues, but then I pull up to practice and it's just like I'm just shooting my gun. You know, for 6 hours I'll come on stream, shoot my gun, and then I'll fucking go to sleep. And everything that's actually going on in my real fucking like personal shit, like I don't even address it. Got to the point where like COD wasn't even like denying it. You know, like yeah, I just wasn't. It was just catching up to me, bro. Like it just caught up. Like it was like a fucking snowball and it just caught up to me. I just want you guys to
Caught
make sure
up.
you guys still support the team like crazy. Like Kyla's situation, like Kyla joining, like I got that kid's such a good kid. Like I don't want ruin his experience and whatever. Like make sure you guys support them, support the team. Like they have done nothing wrong. Like still fuck with them all. I just needed to step away from everything and basically just be with my family, work on my mental health, bro. Like that's the honest truth.
Okay, okay. So it looks like here Pred is going through some personal things here. There have been some speculations in the past here where the rumors were that he had gambling issues here. Some screenshots that were shared was that he spent 40K at a Gucci store in Dubai after champs. Obviously, everyone knows that he went on this long, what was it, just tour through Europe, just going seeing the world and whatnot, and then also maybe some betting is going on, maybe on some NFL games and whatnot. Looks like 100K on NFL games, lost all of his champs money through betting and whatnot. Speculation saying that it's close to $1 million. Not sure where this all might be coming from, if it's cap or fact there. And then also an update here as well that he's also in an internal investigation, which may or may not have, caused him to take a hiatus from COD and go to Australia and kind of figure things out. So I'm not sure what you guys might be speculating here. Let's hear your thoughts on what you guys might be thinking on this.
I'm interested to hear Bambi's perspective.
Baby's perspective. I don't know. I don't think he lost $1 million. I don't think he's worth $1 million. I don't think he has that much money. I mean, if you think about it, like, he would literally have to gamble everything away. But I think he lives such a lifestyle to where he wouldn't even have that much money. Because, like, if you think about it, between champs and then they won a major, so that would have been 50 plus whatever. What was it, 150 or something like that? He got a champs.
Yeah.
What do you get? Something around that ballpark. So, like,
Probably like 120 after
that was
tax.
his biggest year. And yeah, you have salaries and stuff, but like you have to think when he was playing Vanguard, he probably wasn't making that much. When he was playing MW2, probably nothing crazy. And then like MW3, obviously, he made some good money, but like I don't think it was nowhere near $1 million. But I think he might have a lavish lifestyle. But as far as like traveling the world, I know he was with his friends and stuff, and like I know it could get pricey and all, but I don't think like. I don't know. I think that it's not necessarily him blowing everything. I think that it's just kind of getting taken out of proportion. But he probably does gamble on some stuff. But like, I don't think he owes like Hex money or anything like that. I think it's like people are kind of blowing it out of proportion.
Yeah, I mean, you know how the rumor mill goes. People just take something and run a mile with it here. So, in my opinion, I think he might have some sort of a gambling problem. Now, it might not be as deep as like throwing games. There has been a rumor where he was throwing his under and throwing games to hit so that he could make up for past losses there. Not too sure on what that looks like, but that's just a speculation. But in my humble opinion, I think he might have some mental health issues just because of maybe finances, maybe something with his family going on, maybe both, maybe nothing. I don't know. But for him to abruptly just kind of go back to Australia and kind of just chill out for a little bit until after Major 1 is commenced, and then maybe coming back to the CDL as a free agent. Who knows? Maybe something else is going on in the background. I don't know, but just according to Pred here, he addressed some of the gambling rumors multiple times, very briefly, and said if you want to gamble, do it responsibly. Didn't bet in his own matches, struggling with mental health issues stemming from personal problems that he did not want to share. Has gone back to Australia because of his mental health. And is working on it, allowed to play, but is a free agent and hopes to be back after Major 1, depending on the situation and if he's still on OpTic Texas. So it'll be interesting roster mania after Major 1 for sure to see who might drop the ball there, what team underperform, what team overperform, and we'll see what happens there.
I've been hearing some talks like they're like, oh, if he is okay after Major 1, comes back, I think it's gonna be longer than that personally, but if he does say everything's peachy, everything's fine, they're like, oh, they might, Cloud9 might scoop him up again or something like that. I thought that was interesting, but I do think like OpTic, the whole thing with OpTic is probably done, probably for a few years, bro. Like it might take some time for whatever happened to, dissipate, but I wonder. I feel like it has a little bit of. It's all three. It's mental health, family, and something. It has to be something with gambling. That doesn't come up that much. If it's not,
Yeah.
it has
Yeah,
to
but
at least rhyme with what's going on.
from
So
from personal experience gambling
that's
myself,
Bambi, best
I
bet,
will.
mastermind.
Sure, that's what that is.
Yeah.
I think like from just knowing how like it works and like the feelings you get and shit, like I think you have to consistently win to be able to like have like you have to be winning in order to like whenever you take that loss and you take a hit, you're like, oh shit, I need to like bet bigger to try and like get back. And like because if you're not winning consistently, then and you take a hit, it like takes you to a low point and you're like, okay, like I need to stop. But
Yeah.
like when you're sitting there, like if you're sitting there losing and losing and losing, like nobody does that realistically. I mean, people do that after they spiral. But I mean, I feel like he just really got good money, and I don't think he's just sitting here losing everything he has. I mean, he could have gambling issues, but I mean, like, I don't think
There's
it's
no way he's losing to stupid cash,
yeah,
bro.
but I mean, yeah, but like him, even for him, like tens of thousands of dollars could probably put him in a spot where he's like, oh my gosh, like, what am I doing? And that could like ruin his mental health. And so maybe
Mm.
that's what he's talking about. And then other people are over here saying he lost $1 million. $20,000 is a lot different than $1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's interesting, bro. I hope everything's all good, but like I was ready to see. I know the back to back's never been done, but like I'm digging Huke and all that stuff, but the ceiling I feel like is like just higher with Pratt. I don't know. S&D with him is iffy, but it's proven, So we'll see. Kyler's was already there, but Kenny, we'll get into the matches and stuff. I got some shit to say on him this past weekend, but
Yeah.
this shit's crazy, bro.
It is crazy, and it just came out of nowhere too. So that's what makes it
Nowhere. I was like
think that was-
scrolling, bro.
I think that was the biggest thing about it. It was just like crazy. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
boom, out of nowhere. Just week two.
But then at the same time, it made sense. Like, not the mental health stuff, but just like because his personality, it's like, I could see it.
yeah,
Mhm.
So
absolutely.
that's why. Just the cocky freaking Gucci. Give me that Gucci.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, yeah. This
More
guy.
champ, more champ, more champ.
I just bet 20 grand on a 3-leg parlay on the Mavericks. Like, whoa, buddy, slow
I'm
down.
fucking LeBron. I'm fucking him.
I'm fucking him in the locker room.
Yeah. Life comes at you fast. Life comes at you fast. Well, and then we're gonna go into some live listenings on what Scump's thoughts were on the Switch here. So let's go into a live listening.
Yeah, guys, I don't really know what to say, guys.
I'll let you know how long it is.
I'm not really involved in any of those talks. All
think
that
we're
I know
good.
is that it's personal reasons, and
Seth,
it's
back
not
out, ready
really
up.
my place to talk about it. So I don't really want to talk about it. So you just confirmed it, and no, I am not returning. For everyone asking, I understand people are curious. I
Damn
mean, it
it.
makes a lot of sense. I'd be curious too. Yeah, guys, I don't really know.
That would be
what
crazy to
say,
see
guys.
if that was like a
I know
way to
we
get
don't have
Scump
it-
back
I
in.
know we don't have a topic on it, but look at that Fortnite ranked.
Yeah.
It's crazy, dude.
Freaking God.
Yeah, that dropped as well. That's gonna be interesting. Okay, and then also the flank had some words to say on the Pred situation, so let's go to a live listening on what this is as well. For a
So
minute.
usually when
So
they
Ronnie,
tweet it,
Ronnie doing this occasionally. Here's my guess. Is this is not a permanent change? If I had to take a guess, this is like a temporary thing, and there's something going on behind the scenes. Because it's not like AG was playing bad. You know what I'm saying? It's
I
not
don't
like
think
he
this
was
is a
fucking
temporary
up.
thing. You think this is a temporary thing?
Why would it be a permanent thing? What has AG done? What would AG have done to get fucking dropped?
I don't know. That's why I'm saying there might be more to it that we don't know. Like maybe it's I don't know.
So
Like,
there's-
it
so
could
there's a
be
more-
so
there's a
many
more
different
deep-
things. Whether it's
there's
an
a more
out of game
deep ar-
thing or an in game
There's a
thing.
more deep
or-
article. Let me read this to you from Scrim Intel on the Breaking Point website.
Okay.
The team is said to be targeting Huke to join the roster as Pred is currently dealing with out-of-game issues. The move is not
Mm.
confirmed as of now and could be a short-term move as OpTic continues to evaluate the situation, work towards the best solution.
Okay. Well, I mean, first things first. If it is an out of game issue, I hope everything is okay. right? Like if it, whatever it is, like none of this matters. That's the most important thing. Like if it's an out of game issue, like hopefully everything's okay with AG.
Yeah. So yeah, just a bunch of speculation. No one really knows exactly what's going on here, and then we're gonna go into the breaking points thoughts on the Pred situation as well. See what they have to say.
I have a personal relationship with them. I reached out to him, a conversation with him. I'm not going to share any of the conversation, but in point of the personal reasons, just to, I don't know, I don't like some of the stuff being said, but I will say that he is headed. He's heading back home basically. So pretty promptly, like he's not sticking around or happy or any of this kind of stuff. He's heading back home. So I can say that for people that a lot of these rumors are coming out, and before we know anything, again, we can all chat and see the screenshots, whatever it may be. But just I just want to let people know that it's all fun and games, but someone's livelihood is at stake. Someone we enjoy watching. We enjoy we enjoy the spoils of watching their come up in their career. Just know that he is going home. It's not, I know the night before you said this was something, streaming and stuff was cool, but clearly something happened where he's, middle of the week flying back home.
Yeah. So lots of speculation, nothing confirmed, and nothing really solid to stand on. So we'll see what the following weeks have to develop as far as the Pred situation there, but we'll kind of leave it at that. If we have any closing comments and discussion here before we move on.
I was just reading the chat on Breaking Point. I mean, I know they've been covering it for a while, but it was like, oh, here we go, Ace, Mr. Friends with Everybody. I mean, that is interesting.
I think it's also very interesting. Like a lot of personal, especially personal stuff about people and all this high detail information and stuff they're getting from scrim intel and all this, and it's bro, come on. Do you
what?
I mean, and people take it like it's fucking straight from
everything.
Pred. Yeah, I mean, nobody that's Pred is that close with is gonna go turn around and be like, oh yeah, he said this. No.
Nobody.
Yeah. So with that, we are gonna go into the matches here. I know Huke joined OpTic, and so we're gonna get into some of the matches here and gonna get into nitty-gritty details here. So the first match of the weekend 2 of the CDL qualifiers for week 2 was the LA Thieves versus the LA Gorilla Mates, the Battle of LA, and this was a 3-1 victory going for LAT. They took home map 1 and 2. LAG took home map 3, and then rounding things out on a 3-1 on a 250 to 249 hardpoint skyline. Anything that you guys want to speak about on this series here?
That last one was crazy, dog.
Yeah, last one was crazy. I mean, literally 1 kill sent it to round 5. If Kiz would have won that 1v1, it was map 5.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then also map 1, I mean, they were down, what? LAG was down I don't even know how many points, 80 points, something crazy.
Started
at
coming
one point, and then just came back and made it a game. And even Priest going 71 and 92 in the series, guys -10. I mean, they still made it a game. I think taking advantage of LAT's lack, LAT likes to say Envoy has a role and Ghosty's playing his role, and it's really Hydra and Scrap are slaying, but at some point you're just being useful on the map if you're going -10 Envoy. I think he was -10 or 15 one map, and I think this series are a different one, and it's yeah, but at some point you can't just say going -10, -15 in a match is playing your role. So I think if these figure out how to play and utilize all their players, I think they'll be much better. Even though they're already 4-0 and they're supposed to be the top team, they're definitely beatable, and it's just who's going to be the team on any given day to beat them. But I don't think they're utilizing their team properly, and I think that's really hard to do with the amount of talent they have. But I think it's really individual talent. It's not chem talent in a sense.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, just looking at the scoreboards here, I mean, the hard points are pretty fucking close. It looks like they're just kind of going off of just pure skill and not really doing much strats. Of course, it being early in the game and whatnot, not many people know how to play the game correctly, and people are still getting a feel for it and whatnot. So we'll see, kind of getting closer into the Major 1, seeing how the teams kind of separate and mesh well and start learning and turning and burning and things like that. So that's going to round out that first match of Friday night. And let's go into the second series here, which was your Cloud9 New York versus the Minnesota Rocker. And this was also a 3-1 victory going to Cloud9 New York, and they were able to take home maps 1 and 2. Minnesota Rocker took home the control, and rounding things out on a hardpoint skyline, 250 to 109 to New York Cloud9. Anything you guys want to speak about on this series here?
I mean, is this their only win for the split so far?
Yes, sir.
Interesting. Okay. I mean, they said, oh, we fixed the server issues and all that. I wonder what all that truly entailed. They did look a little better, but I mean, not like too crazy of a difference. So I really wonder if it was like them having their confidence, like, hey, we're actually like on a somewhat even playing field. Let's get at it. But I think I picked Rocker to win this when we did our predictions last episode. So yeah, New York. I mean, they did their thing, even if it was only for one match.
Yeah, absolutely. Kremp and Mac, only ones positive on Cloud9 New York, and Estriel and Nero were the only ones positive on Minnesota Rocker out of the 4 maps there. So nothing too crazy to speak about there, but Cloud9 New York getting their first and only dub for the split here. That's going to round things out on the second match of the Friday night. And going into the third series here, we've got the Miami Heretics and the Boston Breach, and this was a map 5 victory for the Boston Breach in a 3-2 fashion here. Boston Breach taking home map 1 and 2. Miami Heretics answering back in 3 and 4, and then Boston rounding things out in a 6-2 fashion on the Search and Destroy Skyline map 3 or 5. Anything else you guys want to speak about on this series here?
Shit.
Boston
Yeah.
looks pretty good. They look good at they look pretty good at respawn at hardpoint, and then but they just go map 5 a lot. They just like can't close shit. Like you see here up 2-0, Insta just slammed, beat on the hardpoint, and then set map 5. But Boston does look a lot better at search and destroy. Like we know last year, they was it last year? Yeah, they almost set the record. They did set the record, or almost set the record for most S&D losses. So.
Yeah.
Insane. But they do look. I'm glad they look better, and it's actually like when they're doing their thing, it's like, oh, okay, it's like pretty decent to watch as well. But I know Miami's kind of, they need to, Lucky needs to go.
And I think right now, it might be a lot of like, I think right now it's not really slaying because everybody kind of know, like people are figuring out, like people know now how to play the game, and it's just a matter of time before people catch up. So regardless of how good Boston's slaying is, I think most of the teams in the league are pretty like well balanced to the point where like nobody's gonna slam anybody, especially with the mechanics of this game and like the way the maps are and the spawns and everything. So I think just it's gonna be time for like people to catch up and figure out how to play the game. And I think Boston's probably just a step ahead and again like ahead of some teams, and then they're kind of just performing well.
Yeah. Cammy kind of having a stinker this series here. He's the only one with a super negative KD, negative 19 spread with a 0.8 for the 5 maps in a row there. And everyone on the side of Miami Heretics is positive except for Metals. He's got a 0.98, barely negative with the negative 2 spread. So all in all, definitely an interesting sight to see pretty much everyone on Boston negative but still coming out victorious here in the series. So we'll see. It looks like they are meshing well as a team as far as like strats go, but as far as slaying goes, they're underperforming there, but we're able to win on that series there, getting their second series done, and that's going to be the third match done for Friday night. And then going into the Friday, last match was the OpTic Texas and the Vancouver Surge. And this was a 3-1 victory going to the OpTic Texas here. Vancouver Surge taking home map 1, and then OpTic Texas taking home map 2, 3, and 4. Anything else to speak about on this series here?
This is the one with the Kenny thing. Like, it's not too bad. Like they all are going, their KDs are insane. They really just heated up on map 2 onward. OpTic did, but dude, 2 things. Kenny needed his glasses on. I don't know why he wasn't wearing them bitches. And Shotzi is probably like the best in the game right now. when he
He's
gets in
insane.
his flow. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, flow state shots, he's insane. And then something to note as well, out of the 4 maps, we've got Hixie dropping an absolute stinker this series here
Damn.
with a .62 negative 38 spread. He was just getting taken out back and being handled. Holy shit, dude. 61 and 99 for the series. For 4 maps here, 04 also a little bit negative there with a negative 14 spread with a .84. And everyone on the side of OpTic Texas is positive except for Kenny with a .92 and Shotzi with a 1.41. So just absolute slammage out of the OpTic Texas boys there to round things out on that Friday night. And then going into the Saturday morning matches here, we've got the first one up, which was Toronto Ultra versus the Vegas Falcons. And this was a DoorDash 3-0 victory for the Toronto Ultra, taking home map 1, 2, and 3 in a fashion that was somewhat close. They're on the Search and Destroy in a 6-5 round 11. But the respawns, they just weren't able to keep up there. Anything you guys want to speak about on this series here?
Expected.
Yeah, I mean, it was expected, but at the same time, like, I seriously don't think Vegas is that behind in terms of how to play the game. But I do think they, like, some of the slaying power's not there. Like, King of Body's not very good.
He needs to go.
I mean, it's just kind of hard. I mean,
What's one of the green ticks on the protocol search?
that's highlights, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's let's see. Do the interesting beans and Roxas? Yeah, I want to see that actually.
Beans and
Like,
Roxas?
so they got some moments, but not enough, you know. Like, yeah.
Okay, we'll go into the Beans and Roxas 1v1 watch.
But there's so many things to check. You just gotta hope he gets a freebie and he's able to do
Ticks is
just
going
that.
crazy.
Well, Beans
Roxas
had
in a
some off
1v2.
angles, right? Another one right there. We saw it in round number 1, just not able to clutch it. Just not have been able to find the guy, but we're gonna have another one-on-one situation.
I'm loving this. Give me one-on-ones all day. 25 seconds to go. He knows where Beans got the kill. Beans is feeling maybe a little bit of pressure to go back and check, but there's the spot in. Now what do you do if you're Roxas? There's just no time.
And honestly, like, what a read by Beans, because he should have been on this thing diffusing. He still should be, and you're going on these routes that are definitely longer than 7.5 seconds, but it doesn't matter.
There we go.
And again, just the facial expressions from
yeah,
But there's so many things to check. You just gotta hope he...
Okay, so,
Interesting
stuff there. The Falcons weren't able to take home a Search and Destroy off of the Toronto Ultra, but very, very close. They're going to around 11, but that's going to round things out for the first series of the Toronto Ultra and Vegas Falcons on Saturday morning.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, and then the second series here, we had OpTic Texas versus the LA Gorilla Mates. And this was a map 5 victory for the OpTic Texas here in a 3-2 fashion. So OpTic coming out strong in map 1 and 2, LAG or LA Gorilla Mates coming out stronger on 3 and 4, and then going to a map 5 in a 6-3 fashion, rounding things out for OpTic Texas here. Anything that you guys want to speak about on this series here?
This was OpTic's most recent match, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, this was it. Yeah, I know. I mean, OpTic looked good. They lost the control, but the control this year is really inconsistent. Like, I mean, it's really like on vault, especially. It's all about break off. I mean, like one wave of kills can change the entire round, change the momentum of the game. So control's kind of a toss up in like their kind of game mode this year. But then again, like once people figure out how to play it, it'll be a lot different. But then I know I'm pretty sure OpTic was winning, or like the game was close, and they had full setup for a new hill, and then they had a full reset of the map.
Yeah.
And then
Oh my
next,
God.
yeah, and then the next go around, LAG kind of put it on him a little bit. And so I mean, and Shotzi even, and I don't think Shotzi was just saying this. He came out and said on his stream like, if they wouldn't have reset it, like they would have belt to ass.
Yeah.
So it would have been 3-1.
Yeah.
But I mean, Search and Destroy, if you want to go to map 5 stats, Huke played absolutely phenomenal. He's been playing very well in Search and Destroy, putting out those numbers.
Yeah.
Look at that shit.
Okay, 10 and 4 out of Hookie Dookie, and then yeah, 3 and 8 on that second series there, or the second map there. But yeah, I mean, all in all, definitely a interesting split here. Kismet's going absolutely huge this series with the plus 23 spread and the 1.24. And everybody else is negative except for Priesta. He's got a 1.03, and then
He's been playing insane.
yes, and he's the only one positive out of this series here for the OpTic Texas. Everyone else is negative. Huke, having a not so good of a series, but still victorious series here with the -23 spread and the 0.78 out of the 5 maps here. So they're meshing pretty well here as far as strats go and whatnot, and able to came victorious on this last split series here. That's going to round things out for that OpTic Texas versus the LAG. Okay, and then
So much more action in those clips.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
for real, for real. And then on the third series here, we've got the Carolina Royal Ravens and the Atlanta FaZe. And this was a surprising 3-0 victory for the Carolina Royal Ravens against the Atlanta FaZe here. Protocol Hardpoint, Search and Destroy Hardpoint, and Vault Control here. Absolute belt-to-ass series here. What do you guys got to say on this map mode combination?
I mean, Carolina looked good. I think this was the one series Slasher really didn't look good in. I mean, he's 52 and 53, which isn't bad, but he didn't look good. I mean, obviously TJ just went off. Gwen doing his thing as normal. I think Carolina looked good, but at the same time, FaZe just didn't look like they were in it at all. I don't like which we'll touch on, but.
Yeah, FaZe not looking like FaZe this year, man. They are 1-3 for the 2 weekends and the 4 matches that they've had so far. I mean, look at the stat line. I mean, Beezy, -23, Draza, -12. Everyone on the side of FaZe is just negative, and everyone on the side of Carolina is positive, except for Slasha, barely. TJ, +21.14, and a Gwen, 1.41 as well. So definitely a great series out of the Carolina Royal Ravens. They're coming out hot this beginning of the split here, so I'm interested to see how far they continue their hot streak here. Obviously, they've had a crazy first 2 weeks here, and obviously FaZe being a top contender for a top team, and just 3-0 them like that definitely shows that they're coming to shoot and play. So we'll see how these continue to fold out after the Christmas break here. But moving on. And then the last series of Saturday night was the Boston Breach versus the Vancouver Surge, and this went all the way to a map 5 and a 3-2 victory for Boston Breach again. Boston taking home map 1, which was the Hardpoint and Rewind, and Vancouver Surge answering back on map 2 and 3, and then Boston Breach rounding things out on 4 and 5. Red card, Search and Destroy in a 6-4 fashion. Anything that you guys want to speak about on this series here?
Boston once again, map 5.
This is I mean, I'm just liking to see Boston win. You know, I know Snoopy. We were on his ass last year, past 2 years. Like,
yeah,
and Purge, like, it doesn't show, you know, -1, whatever. But he's been doing so much better. People think Awakening's still sounding, probably true, but like, still, it's interesting to see it because I mean, I think Cammy. You know, we mentioned it a little bit ago, but him being there and Cam and Awakening, they've been definitely old big Cam, but Purge and Snoopy are somewhat still new, but they know what to do. It's just there's some glue. I like it. I like how they got it set up. But Surge too, I just don't like what they got going on. It's not like I love the players, but together, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see on them.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, I'm not a big fan of Hixie or Nasty. I do like Abuza and 04. I feel like they bring a lot to the table there, but Hixie and Nasty are pretty lackluster in my opinion. And just with these two teams going at it battle to battle, definitely a fair matchup, and Boston just coming out victorious here. Cammy looking good. I know Cold War and Treyarch games he's pretty good at. So we'll see if he continues to keep it up there. Awakening, we'll see if he continues to keep it up. And Snoopy, we'll see if they're just meshing well and being able to continue their strategics there. But that's going to round things out on the Saturday matches there. And then going into Sunday morning, we've got the Toronto Ultra versus the Miami Heretics. And this went all the way to a map 5 as well. And this was a 3-2 victory for the Toronto Ultra. Toronto taking home maps 1 and 2. Miami then answering back on 3 and 4. And then in a 6-1 Vault Search and Destroy, Toronto belt to ass. So let's see what you guys got to say on this series here.
I like how Toronto's set up, bro.
Yeah, Toronto's got themselves a little squad. But I think Hardpoint, I mean, even when Toronto lost, I mean, it was still tight. Control, like I said, Control's tight this year. I mean, Control's anybody's ball game, especially on vault. It's just based off the breaks, and then trying to just outclass them 12-2 in the searches. So
Yeah. Yeah, so Miami's got to figure something out on the search and destroys. They're looking kind of all right on the respawns there. But yeah, man, I mean, search and destroy wins you games and wins you a series. Wins championships, however you want to say it there. And definitely a surprising scene there. I mean, I know Joe Deceives and what is it, Kleenex, they're the sub duo there, and then Insight and Beans being the ARs there. So definitely liking what I'm seeing so far, and let's see if they continue the hot streak of a 4-0 going into the Christmas break. But that's going to be it for...
Scuttlebutt happy.
Yeah, he is. But that's going to be it for that series there. Then going into the second series of Sunday was the Atlanta FaZe versus the Falcons. And this was a 3-1 victory going to Atlanta FaZe here. Atlanta taking home maps 1 and 2. Falcons taking home the control on Vault in a 3-2 fashion. And then FaZe rounding things out in a 250-82 on the hardpoint Vault. Anything that you guys want to see on the series here or speak about?
not really. I mean, it was just slaying power. I think FaZe kind of wanted a revenge match, but then at the same time, I mean, the fact Vegas Falcons is beating you on control, I mean, it was a full breakdown.
Yeah, they shouldn't have got
But,
that one.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think FaZe is way too good to be even. I mean, yeah, they beat him pretty good on the hard points, but I think that they're slaying like at the level they should be at. I mean, you can still tell they're struggling, but I mean, they did kind of look a little hopeful after they won this series and when they were playing. So, I think they'll be fine. I think they'll figure it out a little bit.
Yeah.
I hope they don't, but I think they will.
I agree. I mean, just to kind of take a little note here as well. I mean, I know Kicks has been going absolutely crazy. 1.23 with a plus 16 spread. The only one positive on Falcons.
What did I say about King of Body? Holy shit.
King of Booty, more like it. 0.59, negative 38 spread across these 4
Looking
maps.
like my first game on. What
Only
the
thing
hell?
spreading was that ass.
It's just getting absolutely taken out back.
Clapped.
So yeah, they got a lot to work on there, and I know Clayster's probably in their ear trying to give them some tips and tricks there, but yeah, not looking so hopeful there for the Falcons in an 0-4 start for the split, but we'll see if they continue to pull things out there. But that's going to round
Put
things
Clay
out.
on a sub and
Yeah,
just
put him
coach
in.
while he plays.
Man, jeez.
Dead ass.
You could do better than that on a sub, I swear to God.
Oh my god. Then going into the third series here was the Carolina Royal Ravens versus Cloud9 New York, and this was a 3-2 fashion for the Carolina Royal Ravens here. Cloud9 taking home maps 1 and 2, and then a full
Reverse
sweep for the Carolina Royal Ravens taking home 3, 4, and 5 in a 6-3 fashion on the Vault Search and Destroy. What you guys got to say on this series here?
I mean, I'm glad it went the distance. I feel like seeing Carolina, and I mean, this made Cloud9 look a little bit better too. I mean, but look at, dude, Gwyn, this dude,
He's
low
insane.
key, high key,
Been insane,
bro.
He's that
107, doing his
boy.
thing. He hasn't slowed down yet.
Holy Sib.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, we got Sib dropping an absolute stinker out of these 5 maps, dropping a 0.66 negative 34 spread, looking like king of booty out there. And we got Gwen with a 1.3 slasher, a 1.29. Just absolutely handling business there. Slashing's looking really good this game here. I don't know if it's just because it's the beginning of the game and whatnot, but I know in the past titles he hasn't been performing as well as he has been in this title here. Definitely slamming, and Gwen absolutely shooting back with 107 kills out of the 5 maps here. So definitely a team to keep your eye on here, and we'll see how things continue to go coming out of Christmas break here. But that's going to round things out on that match. And then the last one to round things out for the week 2 was the LA Thieves versus the Minnesota Rocker, and this was a 3-1 victory for the LA Thieves here. Thieves taking home map 1, Minnesota Rocker taking home map 2, and then Thieves taking home 3 and 4, 250 to 184 on the hardpoint rewind. What you guys gotta say on this series here?
I will say this. This series just screams beatable on the side of LA Thieves. because map 1, red card, toss-up map, it's more of a bang-out map. Obviously, slaying power is going to, deal a big factor. Only pointed out by 15, nothing major. Search and destroy rocker, obviously DoorDash him. You don't see it from the stat sheet, but that control game, protocol, like I said, control's a toss-up, but especially on protocol. Protocol's a annoying ass map. You can get up in the spawns, you can be in the other team's house shooting people in the back, catching pieces. That control was a 2-0 Minnesota Rocker, and then the LA Thieves sweep it 3-2. I mean, you never know what's going to happen in these controls. But I mean, easily, Minnesota Rocker could have taken that. And then I was watching the rewind hard point. I mean, it really just came down to slaying power and rotations, and LA Thieves is just a little ahead in that side of the game, and then they closed it out. But you never know. I don't think LA Thieves has faced any pressure yet. I think if Rocker would have won that map 3, maybe they tighten up a little bit. But we didn't get to see that.
Yeah,
That would have been nice.
I agree, and
Especially if you could send it to a map 5, even if you could win that map 3 and then send it to a map 5 after LA wins map 4. Skyline search, you just win your last search 6-1.
Yeah. I
Like
mean,
that.
yeah, I
That would've been
agree.
different.
I agree. And Minnesota, I'll be honest, they're definitely a surprising team. I didn't think they were going to come out, 2-2, not that good, but I mean, for the teams that they were playing and whatnot, they had a harder schedule this split here. But I mean, they're definitely looking pretty good and turning some heads in my opinion here. I know Nero and Paul X just barely positive there. Geo only one there positive on their side, and Estriel 0.85. Then Hydra surprisingly negative here with a -10 spread out of the series, 0.9, and Envoy as well 0.91. Scrap 1.2 and Ghosty with 1.02. So yeah, I think they're leaning more on their slaying power versus their strategic power. But yeah, victorious victory for the LA Thieves, and we'll see what they have to say after the Christmas matches splits they're going into next year. But that's going to be it for the matches on that side of the house there. Let's see if they've got the schedule
Oh,
pulled
look
up.
at round 1 for OpTic. We really like that.
Let's see, what you talking about? Oh yeah, so we've got a couple of
Oh yeah.
series here. We don't have Sundays. We don't have Sundays
no.
yet, so we're just gonna wait on predictions until the full thing comes out. So we'll wait on that. But in the meantime, here, that's gonna conclude the 2024 matches going into the CDL for 2025, and then after the Christmas break, this is what you're going to be seeing so far in the standings. So we've got Carolina in first place with a 12-4 map win-loss, and then LA Thieves also in second place with a 12-5. Toronto Ultra in third, Boston Breach is in fourth, OpTic Texas fifth, Minnesota Rockers sixth, Miami Heretics seventh, Vancouver Surge 8th, then we've got Cloud9 New York at 9th, FaZe at 10th, LAG at 11th, and at last we've got 12th for the Vegas Falcons. So what you guys got any surprising topics of discussion here? What you guys thinking about this split so far?
It looked like a totem pole. It starts with a bird and ends with a bird. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool to see Carolina up there coming from the South CAC. It's a
Hell yeah.
little sub team, but yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, OpTic dropping that match to Boston was kind of detrimental to them. But I mean, they
Yeah.
could easily be up there. I think they're a way better team than Boston, in my opinion.
Yep.
But we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Obviously, weird to see FaZe down there. Kind of weird to see Cloud9 down there, especially since they were supposed to be one of the, at least better teams at the
Mhm.
start of the season. And then, I mean, Rockers playing well, even though they're only 2-2. I mean, they're playing all right. And then yeah, Toronto looks good, and Carolina obviously 4-0 start.
So
Yeah.
I think a
interesting.
lot of it's scheduling too. Like I think some of these teams, like Carolina didn't have to play LA, Carolina didn't have to play OpTic. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
I agree. So that's going to be the standings going into next year here for the qualifiers, and we'll see what these bring out. So moving on here, we also see the most viewed matches so far. So we've got the Gorilla Mates versus OpTic peaking at 208,000, And then Gorilla Mates and Rocker at 204, Gorilla Mates and Thieves at 176,000, Gorilla Mates and Ravens 172,000. So it seems like here the French scene with who owns the Gorilla Mates? Who's the
Gotaga.
Yeah, Gotaga. His community seems to be backpacking the CDL so far.
Dude, super hard.
Crazy, man, crazy. So obviously the Gorilla, the LAG and OpTic, obviously that's going to be peak viewership just because of OpTic, and then also the fan base over there in France.
Unfortunately, Gotaga's team sucks cock.
0-4.
That's
French fuck.
There it is. You heard it here. But yeah, so interesting sights to see here, and we'll see if this continues to be the wave going into next year. But next up, we've got the minor bracket. So starting January 10th and 12th, we've got a online minor league bracket. What is it here? So we've got.
Looks like OpTic's in the grand finals.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So going into the pre-quarter finals here, we've got Vancouver Surge and Cloud9. We've also got OpTic Texas and the Falcons showing up, Heretics and FaZe showing out, and then Rocker and LAG also showing out, and then the winner of those will go on to win that. So we can do some predictions here real quick and see what we've got to say. Who you guys got taking for Seattle Surge and Cloud9?
I'm gonna go Surge, bro. I'm gonna go Surge.
Surge?
Fuck.
Weirdly enough, yeah.
I'm gonna take Cloud9.
Cloud9?
Map count or no?
No.
Cloud9 3-1-3-2.
Okay. Get these written down real
No
quick.
map counts. No map counts. No map counts.
No map counts. Okay. So we've got Surge and Cloud9. So we got to come with an actual conclusion here. So, let's see here. Surge and Cloud9. I mean, I don't know, man. That's gonna be a bang out map.
I think
Cloud9.
Cloud9 just ran it tight against Carolina. Carolina looks good. Surge dropped 3-1 to OpTic. Surge really doesn't look that great. They stole one hard point off a team who had a brand new player playing with them for the first time, new roster on fucking red card. Who gives a rat's ass about that map?
No, I
Surge
agree.
is dog shit.
I agree.
Cloud9.
Yeah, no. I mean, yeah, they do have Hixie on that team, and he's not been doing well. Nasty as well. So I agree with Bambi on that, and I'm gonna also say Cloud9.
I'm going Surge 3-0. No, I'm gonna go.
Dude.
I'm gonna go 3-2. I want to see both these teams like.
It's gonna be a close
do
one.
some shit.
It's gonna be a close one.
Well,
But
they thought the Royal Ravens were going to win champs last year. They weren't even there.
All right. So then we have OpTic.
That was Scudder. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, we've got OpTic and Falcons. Obviously, that's going to be an OpTic victory there.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm gonna say OpTic's going to take that one. Obviously, then we have FaZe in Miami. Who do you guys think that's going to come out?
FaZe will figure it out.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. Hopefully, maybe not though.
Yeah, how are these color coordinated? That's fucking wild.
It's insane.
Wait,
Okay.
what do you mean? Oh wait,
Blue, green, like reddish and
That's
purples.
FaZe.
Yeah, it's weird.
Well,
Okay.
after FaZe and Heretics, it will be color coordinated.
Yeah, it really will
It'll
be.
be FaZe, Thieves, Ultra, and then one of them Breach. One of
Oh
them.
shit.
Yeah, what is going on here? Yeah.
That's insane.
The blues versus the greens versus the reds versus the purples here. So we've got Rocker and LAG. Who do you think's going to take home that one?
I'm gonna go LAG. I feel like they pull it together and actually, because they are a good team. They're just losing on some bullshit. I'm actually impressed with Lens. I think LAG take it, even though I do like Rocker's team. They actually looking decent.
That one's going to be a close one too. I'm kind of feeling a Minnesota
3-2
victory.
LAG.
I'm
I
kind
think Minnesota.
Yeah. I'm kind of feeling a Minnesota Rocker victory
I'm
there.
going lag, mate.
Log.
Lag, mate.
What team's Priest on? Priest is on
LAG.
LAG. Yeah, take Rocker. Book it. 10,000 to the bank.
Bambi wasn't there for the snap on Fortress stage. Major
2
one.
years ago. This guy's taking dick and rib now.
He became world champ off that season.
That guy's dog shit as fuck.
Okay,
You
so
heard it here, Priesta. We're tagging you.
we're tagging you.
Please do, and you little fucker.
So then going into the quarterfinals, we'll have Cloud9 versus the Royal Ravens. Who is taking home that series? I'm going Royal Ravens.
All right, you know what? I mean,
I'm going Royal
I
Ravens.
think Cloud9 pulls it out.
No shot, dude.
Yeah, watch.
You think they whip out Schmeat?
Dude, we've got Gwen and Slasher putting absolute dick and rib there, and then
Didn't
Sib.
go negative 30 something in the series, and they lost by 1 map?
Yeah, I'm not sure about one map, but he did not show up that
No, I'm
series.
saying they lost by 1 map. It was 3-2,
Yeah,
and they got outslayed like a motherfucker.
yeah.
I take Cloud9.
Okay, all right, fair enough. But
I take Cloud9.
I'm taking Carolina on that one
Cloud9 has
personally.
better players when pressure's on the line.
Okay. And then OpTic versus Breach. I'm gonna go. This is a rematch here, but yeah, I'm gonna
3-0 or
say
3-1.
OpTic's gonna figure it out there and take home that one. Then we have FaZe versus Thieves. Who do you guys take?
Thieves.
Thieves.
I'm thinking
Yeah,
thieves.
absolutely.
Leo's thinking thieves.
And then we've got Minnesota versus Ultra. Who's taking that one?
Ultra.
Absolutely. Okay. And then in semifinals here, we've got, depending on who wins that, Cloud9 versus Royal Ravens. I'm personally saying Carolina and OpTic Texas. And then I'm going to say, regardless, OpTic Texas is going to beat Cloud9 or Royal Ravens. So they're going to take that one. Do you guys agree there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And then we've got LA
Can't help it.
Thieves versus Toronto.
LAT.
LAT. And then now we've got grand finals being LAT versus OTX. Who is
LA
going to be...
Thieves say they want it so bad. I think OpTic gives them belty ass.
Yeah.
This is going to
Belt
be...
ass.
Yeah,
My
okay.
boy's a fucking shit stain. That guy fucking costed last year. That guy sucks. Now let's go down the list. Ghosty, fucking choke artist. That guy's not that good. Stop glazing him. He was on a shit team last season. Of course he showed out. The year before, got carried. Get him out of here.
Okay.
Move on to Hydra.
Some
He
ghosty
just runs
hate.
around the map like a fucking idiot. Shut him down. He's dog shit, like Scrap said. Scrappy getting his mental early. He's fucked.
You know he will.
3-1 OpTic. OpTic takes the control. They take the search. They might lose the first hard point. They take it map number 4, 3-1.
Okay.
OpTic take the minor, no Diddy.
Oh my god. Well, we'll see that coming out on the the 12th of January here. So we'll see how that turns out, but it's looking like an OpTic victory for the minor. So we'll be hopeful there. Then moving on here,
Crazy,
we
bro.
also had Challenger Cup 3 commence this past week as well, and Artsy's Prolute and Capsule were the champions for the North America side. Europe was Afro, Eric Boom, F. Dot, and Rafi. And then for your Asian Pacific team, we've got Shocks, Fida, Crimza, and Seti. And then in Latin America, we've got Evade, Trax, Keo, and DJ coming out
DJ's a crazy
victorious.
fucking name. I'm jealous.
DJ.
Capsule looks like the happiest motherfucker ever in that picture.
Dude, yeah.
Right, because he was ready to go eat.
Absolutely,
Gonna
absolutely.
breach that kitchen door.
I'm going to be honest, neither one of those four will. I don't think they'll ever make it back in the Pro League again.
You think?
Yeah. I mean, I can see
No.
Art
No.
as
That
an
guy's
AR.
ass.
I mean, just
the
compared.
Volk is long gone, Sparty.
I mean, they're definitely shooting, and this was
That guy
Huke's
had his
old team.
mom behind him at the fucking Challengers land. That guy's a. Oh, let me stop. That guy's stinky.
What about Arcee's, man? He's got 2 rings.
It
No.
looked like he got a beanie on. No.
That fat fuck, no.
Oh
I'm
man.
gonna change the title. The CDL roast of 2024. Keep him coming, baby. Next.
I'm a big guy, but I'm not that fucking big.
Oh man, we'll see what continues to spark out of challengers here, roster mania, and whatnot. So
kind of expected low key as far as the players that are available and doing their thing now, and with Huke, getting brought up into OpTic. I mean, these are they're still decent players, and RSD's world champ, Capsule's played in the league, Pro's played in the league, Sparks, they've all been in the league, but I think it's a wrap for real. You might be onto something.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well then moving on here, then we also have some changes that had happened in the past week as well. So we had the Aims nerfed and the Jackal buffed. So obviously we've got some minimum damage range there for the Aims, and then the Jackal maximum damage range was buffed a little bit there as well. So we'll see how that turns out after the split going into week 3 for the CDL. And then also we've had the what was it? The recoil.
Recoil?
Yeah, visual recoil. I was trying to look for the visual recoil was actually removed, so that actually helps out a lot as well. So we'll see those changes implemented into week 3 as well.
What do you think? You like it?
I love it, dude. Love the change.
I like it too. It is obviously I like it, but I don't know. It feels I don't know. Something is definitely different about it. Like not good or bad. Obviously the visual is different, but like the gameplay and just watching like the pros play 8s or ranked, like it's just like it looks double insane. Basically, is all I can say.
Yeah.
It looks twice as crazy half the time.
Yeah.
Here we go.
But moving on here, and then we also had an update here. So Call of Duty Ricochet anti-cheat team apologizes for how Season 1 rank play has been with cheaters. So they dropped an update here pretty much saying, however, we did not hit the mark for integration for Ricochet anti-cheat at the launch of Season 1, particularly for rank play. So they go on to say here, after a series of updates, our system are better in place today across all modes. However, we did not hit the mark for integration of Ricochet anti-cheat at the launch of Season 1, particularly for rank play. We understand that the promise of glory and notoriety for the rank play leaderboards makes rank play an attractive target for cheaters. This season, our team has been especially focused on turning the tide to deliver the competitive arena for our players to seek. So they're upgrading. They've done a lot of bans for 19
cheats.
Yep.
And just like getting rid of more accounts and shit.
And then they're also doing some more investigations. So they've expanded the replay investigation render farm, whatever that means, using clips to examine that. And they also ramped up a group of dedicated manual review team to review clips. And then in this last several weeks, the replay tool updates have been highly effective at validating detection and reports, providing further training for AI systems for the anti-cheat team, and removing cheaters. So we'll see what will be done going into Season 2. I believe that's when they're going to really ramp up some of the anti-cheat there as far as updates and whatnot too. So stay tuned.
On board the 2 newest hires for the manual anti-cheat team, Helen Keller and Stevie Wonder. How we doing?
Yeah, I definitely agree, man. Definitely. I don't know.
Are they even tweeting this shit?
I don't know,
Shut
man.
the fuck up. We're pissed off.
It's not even like they're saying nothing, bro. It's like I can't with the PR stuff anymore.
Yeah, definitely a PR stunt.
A lot of nothing, bro.
Definitely a PR stunt, but we'll see what Season 2 looks like after the reset in mid-January. But moving on here, we also have some new rumors for Infinity Ward's next Call of Duty game, expected to be another Modern Warfare title set to release in 2026. Yes. This is expected to be Omni Movement and wall running. Multiplayer maps may include some from Modern Warfare 3 original, remastered along with new maps as well. What have you guys got to think about with that?
Wall running, that might suck a...
Bambi wants Titanfall so bad. Nah, I think wall running will be cool. It'll be, dude, Shotzi on this. It's just like they're going like this for the kid.
Yeah, I mean,
they're just taking his ceiling and just here you go, buddy.
Does that mean it'd be does that technically means it'd have to be a jetpack, right?
I don't know. I don't know what they got.
What kind of equipment, maybe?
I can see maybe like a weird jump, and then you can just like wall run. I don't know if it would be how. I'm trying to think. Maybe like maybe
it's like Assassin's Creed. I'm lit.
Maybe the jump is just super high, and you can just like tag on walls and run. I don't know, man. That's gonna be a weird integration, but I do like Omni Movement staying. I know next year's title is supposed to have Omni Movement upgrades, so with Omni Movement staying in Call of Duty for it looks like 3 years from now, we'll see how this continues. But I like a Modern Warfare Omni Movement. That's gonna be fun.
Ooh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's interesting.
very much. All right, well then moving on here, then we also have the official Black Ops 6 event trailer here for the Christmas break. So let's go into a live listening on the gameplay.
As the holiday season finally draws near, there's a place guaranteed to trigger your cheer. With its new fallen snow and a jubilant twist, wintry Nuketown is not to be missed. And that's just the start. Yes, it's time to get cracking. On the holiday fun, Call of Duty is packing. You'll see fresh-faced combatants in luminous threads, brandishing weapons made of gingerbread. Zombies and antlers, what spirits will brighten. And don't sleep on the snowmen with goodies inside them. That sensation of ghouls chewing your solar plexus is a feature of holiday cheer most infectious. There are snowballs and coolers all ready to throw. New player rewards and a juggernaut. Oh. It's a sure bet no humbug will offer much sass with a festively decked carbine shell in his ass. So whether it's sleigh ride or jingle hell's fray, Call of Duty goes festive our own special way. We're not on the nice list. It's more fun to brawl. Happy holidays from us, and good fight to all.
Okay, so we've got the break coming up here, so obviously a little bit of a revamp for Call of Duty going into the Christmas spirit there. So we got some cool skins and gameplay and more going into the split there until next year.
Why were those
Crazy.
graphics better than the game?
Why? Yeah, really.
I don't
Dude, I'm
know.
ready for this Christmas
We're making
break. Like,
movies out here.
I'm ready for some waking up late, getting on the game with nothing else to do because there is nothing else to do for once.
Absolutely.
Zombies grind.
Oh,
Absolutely.
here we go. This man on that. On
The
that
Zombilation.
citadel.
Okay, fine. We'll get on AMANE for 2 games. Play Nuketown. Get off.
I just
Gotta
need
get
a
a
little bit of
snack.
dope. Just some headshots for the day.
Oh my god.
Good thing we're going to Toronto. You need some dope.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then
Fucking
the
that
last thing
dog.
here, we
Fuck that
also
wedding.
we also have some potential remastered maps coming into the mix as well. So Hacienda has been released here, but we've also have in the files Firing Range, Hazard, Dig or Courtyard, WMD, Outskirts, and Yemen. So I'm liking these, if this is true here, that if we get to see these in the lifespan of Black Ops 6, that which maps would you guys like to see in the CDL?
Ooh, in CDL.
In the CDL.
Do
Firing
you think they'll do
range,
Yemen?
perhaps?
They'll probably do Yemen. I'm liking Courtyard from World at War. I don't know if you guys have ever
Yeah.
played that. That one's a good map. Firing Range, Hazard as well. This was also a Black Ops 1 map, but also a World at War map too. Courtside, or Cliffside, I'm sorry. So I think,
Courtyard's the one, what, top right?
yeah,
There's
this,
Courtyard, yeah?
yeah,
Okay,
this
that's
is
what I thought.
Courtyard. So these are all in Warzone, by the way. So we can definitely see launch coming as well. Why is this not listed?
That's called Elon.
But yeah,
Wait,
man.
could that be Dig?
Ooh, I want. Wait, hold up. Go back.
WMD,
Yeah.
Black Ops 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and Black Ops 1 obviously, but it came back in Black Ops 4. So yeah,
What map is
God, I
that?
love that map, dude. Black Ops 1 on that.
What map is that? Hazard?
which one? This
Wait,
one?
what's the snow one?
This is WMD from Black Ops 1 and 4.
What was it called?
WMD.
That was literally the name of it?
Yeah.
White man, dude.
What?
Weapons of mass destruction.
I
Yeah, love
remember
this
it from
map.
Black Ops 1 because they had the ladders that went up to the top of those buildings, right?
Right here.
Yeah.
and over here, and then you can get like this is taken from like a catwalk, looking over into mid.
Was this on ranked in Black Ops 4?
I saw so many clips of Hex sniping on
No,
this
there's
map.
no way this was.
No, it wasn't. It was a DLC map.
Yeah, sorry, I was actually a comp player in Black Ops 4 at the age of 13. I wouldn't know about this.
Anyhow.
That's wild.
But yeah, so we've got some exciting new maps possibly being remastered as well. So I'm happy to see any of those maps be integrated into the CDL because we know we got some dog shit maps that we've got to play with.
Firing range will be fun. That's one of my favorites.
Absolutely. But other than that, man, I mean, that's all I've had to discuss here. Is there anything that you guys want to bring up, or anything that you guys want to speak about going forward?
I would say holidays coming up. We are going to take a break, obviously for that, and because CDL is too. We survived the drought of the off season, and so we're all just gonna take a little break. But we'll have some shorts out, this and that. You got anything, Bambi Lamb?
Por favor, manténgase alejado de las puertas.
Me gusta tras el festival.
Tu
Absolutely.
carne es mucho grande, Mr. Amane.
Sí.
I don't know what the hell you guys are
Fuck
talking
you. No, I'm
about. Oh my
Nah,
god.
this was episode 56, bro.
Yeah,
That's a lot of episodes.
a lot of
That's crazy.
episodes.
That's
Almost
crazy,
as much
bro.
as Amane's age.
Ooh.
Hey, that
You
was
like that.
that was
Grandpa.
31. That was a few months back.
But yeah, just some of the main things, man. I'm excited to see what Huke's gonna do.
Yeah.
See how FaZe ends up being. Seeing where the league goes. Watching this minor tournament, and seeing what's cracking for Major 1. I'm excited.
And we'll see what happens with Pred as well. So a lot to develop over the Christmas break here.
We'll have
And-
all kinds of updates by then, I'm sure.
Yeah, so about a 3-week break. So obviously we've got Christmas and New Year's, and then we'll probably kick things off in the middle of January, back up on things here. So we'll keep you guys included and informed in the next 3 weeks here. So hopefully we'll get some good topics of discussion there. But we want to thank everybody here for listening, watching, wherever you guys are, Apple Music, Spotify, or on YouTube as well. Bambalam, thank you for coming in and sharing your 2 cents there. It's always appreciated as well. Mr. Mane, thank you for everything that you do on and off the game as well. Couldn't do it without you, man. Really wouldn't be able to do anything without you.
Hey, same, bro. Same.
Yeah. But we really appreciate everyone coming in and tuning in and watching. We'll pick things back up in a couple of weeks from now. But we'll keep you guys posted, YouTube and on Twitter as well. But we'll see you guys on the next episode of the BCP. Peace.
Peace.